Well, hello everybody, good evening and welcome to Spiritual Psychics TV and fortnightly edition of Collective Consciousness, streaming live to you via YouTube and Facebook. Lovely to have all of your company here with us this evening on the channel. Please do place your comments to let us know who you are and where it is that you're watching from, whether that be the UK or indeed overseas. We would absolutely love to know. And keep your hellos coming in as well. As we all know, this is a community channel and it is interactive, so it's great to see conversation happening between you guys during the live process. Now, as I touch on live, I do need to make you all conscious that because we are streaming live to both Facebook and YouTube, your comments can be viewed by all members of the public, so we would ask you to use discretion when placing so. And also, please do be conscious that we do run between 10 to 15 seconds approximately with a time delay for you placing your comments and indeed us guys receiving them. As always, for all those lovely regulars that join us every 2 weeks, you know what I'm going to say, please do share us out there. So if you're watching via Facebook, it's dead easy to do. Just hit that little share icon and that will allow you to share that to all of your social media pages. Whether or not you use your own personal pages or spiritual pages, that's where we would love to see the show. We don't want to end up in Bridget's laundrette, because that's going to be of no relevance whatsoever. And if you're watching via YouTube, again, there is that little swirly arrow icon just sitting underneath the graphics screen right now. All you need to do is just hold that. It will allow you to copy and then paste this live stream again onto all of your social media platforms. And we would be very, very grateful in you doing so. So producer Richard, who is it that we have joining us here this evening? He's being naughty again, guys. I think the weather's got to him. We've got the lovely Millie B who joins here this evening watching via YouTube. Good evening to you, Millie B. It's lovely to have your company, along with Linda Wallace, who also is watching via YouTube. So thank you for joining, Linda, and holding space. It's great to have your company. We have Cheryl Burdeniak, who's also with us again, watching via YouTube, saying good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too. And the lovely Carrie-Anne Marshall-Kearns is also watching via Facebook, saying hello all. Hello to you, Carrie. Thanks so much for being here. We have Daryl, who's joining us via Facebook, saying hello from New Mexico, USA. How wonderful. Lovely to have you with us, my friend. God bless you, and thank you for holding space. Mary Dixie also joins from YouTube, saying hi, Bill, Richard, and all. Good evening to you, Mary. Thank you for being here. Lovely to have your company. Gaia Spirit is also with us, saying, my name is Trina. Hello there, Trina, and you are from Michigan in the US of A. So I believe it's a good afternoon to you at this moment in time. So thank you so much for joining and holding space with us this evening. Andy Blank is watching via YouTube, saying, evening all. Hello there, Andy. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Is it about time to bring our lovely guest medium onto screen, producer Richard? That would be very lovely. Thank you very much indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bib Charles. So give her a lovely receptive welcome. If you're watching on Facebook, hit all of those love hearts and do share us out there. And good evening to you, Bib.
Good evening to you too, Richard and Bill and everybody. Hello.
It's lovely to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Now, Bib, for those people that are maybe seeing you for the first time here this evening, tell them a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do?
What is it that I do? Okay, so I have a little business called The Crystal Empress, where I connect to spirit, mediumship, but I also connect to sort of more elemental and earth and guidance from the energies from the earth, as well as crystals, fossils, things like that, and then drawing upon spirit and getting in contact with spirit. I've been doing it now since I was very, very young, grown up in an all kind of spiritual family. So I've got a lot of knowledge of all these different sort of energies going on. So hopefully I can bring down some messages for you guys tonight.
That would be fantastic. And again, I mean, it's the first time for both of us working together this evening. So we're just going to put our trust in our guide team and all of those loved ones up there in spirit, and hope that they will combine our energies, because the sole purpose of Collective Consciousness, guys, for all those of you that are watching maybe for the first time this evening, Collective Consciousness is a show that's purely dedicated to mediumship. And I have the great fortune every other week of inviting a guest medium to share the virtual platform with me, where we combine our energies, our minds, working with the same spirit link communicator for the one recipient who's watching this evening. Of course, not just one recipient. We will be giving more than one message, but you get the context, you get the understanding of what it is that we do. So that's what Bib and I are going to attempt this evening. And if it works, fantastic. And if it doesn't, then that just means that there's going to be two individual messages rather than one conjoined. So Bib, tell everybody where it is that they can find you on Facebook as well.
So on Facebook, it's under the Crystal Empress. So just a little at in the search bar at the Crystal Empress, and I should come up. I've got a blue sort of lagoon background, and it's all very like watery, because I do a lot of stuff with water and healing, things like that. And then so you'll be able to find me on there.
Wonderful, wonderful. So shall we say a few more hellos to the lovelies that are joining us this evening? Lovely. So as you are the guest here this evening, Bib, I will pass over to you to say the first hello to whomever it is that producer Richard will pull up onto our screens in just one moment. Bear with us, guys. A couple of technical issues.
Wendy. Hello from Australia to Wendy Watson, watching on Facebook. Nice to have you here. Lily Ann Berland, love to you all. From Norway, my first time here. So it's her first time, so love to you. Kerry Farmer.
Kerry Farmer.
Evening.
Absolutely. Evening to you, Kerry. We've also got Sarah Lou watching via Facebook, just putting some love hearts up there. Thank you so much, Sarah. It's lovely to have you here and hold space with us.
Hello, Sarah. Angeline, thumbs up. Big thumbs up to you.
We've got Lisa Sears, who's also joining, watching via YouTube this evening. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for being here with us.
Hello. We've got Andrea Rees. Hello, good evening, everyone. Love hearts and smiley faces.
It's what we like, sharing the love. We've got Margaret Hughes from Birmingham in the UK. Hi there, Margaret. Thank you for joining.
The same surname.
Same namesake, absolutely.
We've got Stephanie. Hello from Wisconsin, US. I love how there's like so many people like from different areas. So welcome.
It's amazing, isn't it? And that's the beauty of this channel. It reaches all over the globe, and it's wonderful, as you say, to see so many overseas viewers joining us, as well as all of our regulars here in the UK. We've got the lovely Vanessa Messina, who's watching all the way in Texas. Thank you for joining, Vanessa. God bless you.
We've got Chloe, evening with a star. We've got a nice star. Thank you for our star.
Thank you so much, Chloe. Lovely to have you here.
Yeah.
We've got Julie McCafferty watching my Facebook, saying good evening. Good evening to you too, Julie. Thank you for being here, my lovely.
Nini. Nino. I like the name. Hi there from Bath, UK.
Richard says to say hi to you, Mimi Vino, because you are, I'm being told, whispered in my ear, a fantastic, excellent healer. So it's wonderful to have you here and holding space. God bless you.
Oh, nice. Kent, evening, a love heart to you too.
Bless you, Sam. Thank you for holding space. We've got Heidi Spicer saying, Big Bad Bill, evening buttercups. Good evening to you too, Heidi.
It's gonna be the type of thing of how many flowers can we name? Or how many things can we do? Stars, hearts, buttercups. Hello, Dawn Taylor. Hi, Bib and Bill. Bib and Bill. Bill and Bib.
Bill and Bib. And we've got the lovely Chloe Brent, who's putting lots of love hearts up there as well. God bless you, Chloe. Thank you so much for holding space. Wonderful to have you with us.
Good evening from Wiltshire. I love Wiltshire. From Helen Mansell.
Thank you for holding space, Helen. It's lovely to have you here. So, Bib, we'll get started in just a short moment, and we'll give a few more acknowledgements to the guys that are with us throughout the show. So don't think that we've forgotten you guys. Do keep placing your comments. Do keep sharing us out there, and do converse between one another as well. What we need you to do, though, is to be conscious of working with us. Hello there to our lovely pink angel, Sarah Woolman. Lovely to have you here with us, my darling. We need you to work with us. So if you relate to the information that it is that Bib and I are receiving from Spirit, it's really important that you converse with us as fast as you can through the comment section, because as I did say, there's about a 10 to 15 second time delay. So we just want to keep that energy rolling. We just want to keep the vein of that message consistent and having a continuity to it. We don't want to have breaks. We just want to keep rolling. That way it allows us to get through the message, and it allows us to move on so we can reach more people. So that's the deal that we've all got going here this evening. So Bib, I'm going to start to open up with the information first of all this evening, if that's okay with you. And you see if you can come in and you can connect on this vibration as well, because I had a gentleman that joined me just before we come live here this evening. I love to listen to music before I go live. It just allows me to settle. It gets me into my zone. It just allows me to make that connection with my guide team, as well as all of those that want to step forward to work with us. And this gentleman stepped forward and he started to have a little bit of a chat with me, and I said to him, come back in about 5 or 10 minutes time, my friend, when we go live. And sure enough, I've opened myself up here, and he's the first one off of that spiritual bus. And that's a lovely way of me explaining that to maybe people that are watching for the first time. I work with Spirit, and the way I see it is I'm waiting at a bus stop, and a bus comes along, and it's whoever gets off that bus first who wants to make a connection and have a conversation with me, I start working with them. And it might not necessarily be that one person that you are hoping to have a connection with. So just be open-minded, okay? But whoever it is that gets off that bus, they're doing it for a reason. They're the right person to deliver the message that you need to hear this evening. So I'm going back, I'm deviating. I'm going to go back to my gentleman. So the first thing that he done with me was he gave me a great understanding that I'm working on a grandfather link vibration with him. So I know I'm working with Granddad in spirit here. He was placing upon me a feeling of me being ventilated, or indeed that there was this need for him to be oxygenated. So there would have either been a ventilation tube, or there would have been some type of device that would have been in this chap's mouth that would have given him additional oxygen. It did make me feel as though I wanted to acknowledge COVID duration, COVID times, with regards to him being hospitalized and with regards to him wanting to pass and make his passing over to spirit. He showed me, ironically, a wallet that he wanted to open. A very simple black leather wallet that just opens like so. Doesn't have a lot of cards. He prefers money, he told me. He preferred to carry cash rather than plastic. And inside this wallet, he pulled out and showed me within my line of sight a black and white photograph. And I want to go back some time, okay, because black and white was, as we all know, around the 50s and 60s, 70s before we went into colour film, okay. So I know that in this photograph he showed me himself, and beside him he had a little girl, and the other side he had a little boy. And I feel as though I'm making a connection with the little girl who's now grown as a woman here this evening. He carried this photo in his wallet along with a dishevelled letter to Granddad. So he cherished this tatty piece of paper that could almost have fallen to pieces, with just like child's script and writing placed upon it. In the photo, he shows me himself with his shirt open, more so down to about this point, just below his chest area here. And I can see that there's a vest that's on display there with him. I almost want to say that I've got Teddy Boy style hair with him, that greased look that we can relate to, that would take us, I would say, back to the 1960s with regards to familiarity here as well. But also within the photo, he's just saying to me, don't forget, I feel as though there's either some gated or fenced area that is behind him and these two youngsters in the image. I don't know what you're getting, Bib, if you're feeling that you're coming in on this link at this moment in time.
Yeah, I'm getting a few names and images.
Okay.
So I'm getting like a grandfather energy as well, but also almost being shown like a clock, like an actual grandfather clock.
Right.
So this was like coming through. Same sort of time frame as what you're sort of talking about. Now the lady, the daughter who's grown up, I'm getting a name sort of around Mary and Scott. Those three names are being presented.
Yep.
And I'm also getting in a song come in. I am the one and only.
Right.
But I think this is related to the person who is alive today, because obviously that's quite a modern song, isn't it? That will be in our lifetime.
Yes.
But definitely with this grandfather, again, like the energy running through my throat is almost like quite charred and chocked, blocked up,
Right.
and then sort of sitting just in the chest with sort of an anxiety feeling. So there's definitely a level of anxiety there, where I feel that in the passing time, it was the lead up before the passing, but then with the breath, like unable to be able to breathe. So yes, with the ventilation. Also, before he came live, like I was getting quite a sick kind of feeling in my stomach, but it was at the top of my stomach. Okay. So it was quite overwhelming. So something about me is I get feelings and I get sensations come in. So and I also get tastes and smells and things like that. So when spirit present themselves, I also do know the difference whether it is actually spirit presenting themselves as how they were before they passed, to this is an anxiety linked to the person. Yeah. So yeah, but this is definitely feelings of the who passed at the moment.
Okay, and we've got Andrea Rees who's placing up that it sounds like her dad, and the name Scott relates to her with regards to that being her son. So there's information there that we can connect. Andrea, I wonder if you can relate to the other information that's been brought forward so far as well, please, my lovely. Do converse with us. I do know as he starts to chat away to me, he just wants to take me back to that growing up stage, okay, that phase of growing and being around you. Lillian, you're saying, could it be my father? I was meant to get that name, but ended up with Lillian. My father is passed, and I heard his father is a guardian to you. Quite possibly. Okay, so bear with us, Lillian, and let us know if you can relate to any of the additional information that it is that he will work with us so that we know who we're guided to. I would have overridden every time Mum said no. I'm hearing the ice cream van being played out in the back of my mind. Mum says no. He takes my hand. I go and get the ice cream, come back almost with my tongue poking out. No, 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 no. I got my own way. That's what he makes me feel here. But I know that I loved holding hands with him as well. So the recipient knows that there was that compassion, there was that love, there was that great admiration with regards to just being able to hold that hand as a child as well. Driving constantly, that just goes around in my mind. So I don't know if he would have had some type of job where he was constantly on the go, driving all the time, or indeed if this would connect to Andrea, because she's saying yes to the information so far as well. He shows me as well, Andrea, those knee-high socks, those white knee-high socks that you would have worn as a child. He's just showing them. Well, actually, he's putting them on me, and I'm saying you can take them off now, my friend, because they don't look too pretty on me. You understand it all, which is absolutely fantastic. And Andrea, can you also please take the understanding with regards to there being some type of right-handed restrictions or issues that would have sat with Dad as well, please, because he just gives me a feeling and sensation that my thumb wants to almost just have a mind of its own. I don't know how you're feeling, Bib.
Yeah, exactly. Literally just before you said that, my hand started cramping up.
Yeah, that's
Literally
exactly. Brilliant. Okay, what else have you got there, my lovely?
Me?
Yep.
So, yeah, so regarding the... Sorry. If I laugh, it's not actually, but it's just how they're like kind of making me feel. I'm like picking up. So I'm getting the vibe that he was a really quite funny guy, but almost a bit like like when you're saying about the driving, kind of like almost like driving, but still having his mind on elsewhere. So sometimes he would make mistakes while driving. Obviously, never anything too severe or bad, but he'd then end up having to just laugh about it a lot of the time. And he took this energy into that, and it sort of became like almost who he was. Now, with the socks, that's why there's a joke being made about, well, you know, you need to take them off now, you know, you're a bit old for them, you know, like, because that was his sort of personality. And he was making me laugh because he was laughing when you said about the socks. Yeah, so I feel like going back to the physical sensations, there's a little bit of a twisting and a churning still. So I think there was a bit of anxiety there for him. And he maybe didn't let on as much about it. Now the grandfather clock is coming in again. And I think that this was linked to his grandfather. So we're talking what would that make? Oh, like quite sort of back, you know, sort of two grand. Yeah. And my feet are really sweating. Really sweating. But again, I'm laughing because it's one of those things where he would be sat there and he would be like 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 that, you know, and he just kind of was like, right, you know what, I've been dealing with this for quite a while now, it's just a part of who I am, the part of life, let's just kind of laugh about it. And so everybody else laughed with him. So yeah. Amazing dad, really funny. Yeah,
absolutely. There we go. So just before we send him back up to the angels, Andrea, I always like to see if we can leave you with some type of parting gift. But before I go into the gift for you, or indeed, Bib, if you feel that you're getting something symbolic or physical that would have been exchanged between he and Andrea, I just want to bring to your mind now, Andrea, the reason why he's come, because he just gives me this image of himself again, this photograph, but I'm working on wanting to place that on a completely different background. So it's almost as though what we're doing is we're taking him out of that picture, that black and white picture, and we're placing him on a completely different background image. Now, I also feel as though I don't want to put that onto photographic paper. It's almost like it's going to come off of a printer, you know, a home printer, a home coloured printer. And I feel as though this is something that you've either been tweaking with, you've been wanting to do, or there's this inkling of wanting to change this photo up and placing it onto a completely different background scenario. So again, please do let me know and converse with me if that makes sense with you. And your feedback saying he went off the motorway and went around the roundabout and back on the same road, and she's putting a smiley face. So there you go, Bib, you tapped into that information there as well. Have you got a parting gift that you want to share with Andrea?
Yeah, so I'm getting like quite yawning, okay, but he's letting me know that that is linked to you, Andrea, and that there's a level of sort of tiredness that you're experiencing at the moment, or he feels that you're experiencing. He's just there wanting to share with you that he is there with you and that he wants you to almost try and like breathe, like take a breath back and maybe go back and have a look at your sleep state. Because whilst you're sleeping, it's almost like you're not actually sleeping, he's saying, because your mind is elsewhere. So sometimes when our bodies go to sleep, our bodies go to sleep, but our minds still don't. So then we then end up being awake the next day and really tired. he's saying that you have felt tired lately, but to actually, when you do go to sleep, to actually start like sort of almost visualizing a circular kind of almost a slow tornado I'm being presented of like energy rushing through your body, and then visualize that when you go to sleep, and hopefully it will start to repair your sleep, and also to just almost like sort of set the intention that you will have restful sleep when you do go to sleep, but he's there with you, kind of almost like stood behind you in your dreams, if that makes sense, protecting you. And he just wants to let you know that he is actually there protecting you whilst you're sleeping.
Oh, how lovely. Thank you. What a beautiful gift to leave her with. And wasn't that a lovely connection as well?
Yeah, it was. He was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Funny.
A giggly man. So that's what we like. He's set the energies up for the pair of us here this evening. And as we both said, we'd set the intention prior to coming live here this evening anyway. So Andrea, take that message with the love and intention that was meant for you. We'll leave his love with you, my darling. Say God bless you. Thank you for allowing myself and Bib to work with you. And Lillian, if there was anything that you could take from that message, my lovely, then please do so, because that's Spirit's way of reaching more than just one person. So God bless you also, my lovely. Right, so how did that feel working like that, Charles?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I liked that. I haven't worked like that with anyone before. So, yeah.
Good.
I love it.
Good. We've got the lovely Kaylee Marie who joins us on Facebook saying hi both. Kaylee is a great card reader. So, guys, do check Kaylee Marie out. Magpie Moonchild, I believe she's called.
Yeah.
Who else we got with us, Bib?
Got Tink Spells. Hello. Great energy. Woohoo! Both.
Got a lovely name as well. Tink Spells. We've got Leanne Pack who's also joining via Facebook. Thank you for being here, Leanne. God bless you.
Got Ashley Jade. Lots of love hearts. So yeah, love hearts back to you, and keep the love hearts coming. We love the energy.
We've got lovely Lisa Steinmetz who joins us again with more love hearts. Keep those love hearts coming, guys, as well. If you're watching via Facebook, keep hitting those love hearts for us. And again, don't forget to share us out there as well. Sharing is caring. Help us grow. Producer Richard is really, really, he keeps going on in my ear. Every time I come live, you're never going to catch me with my shares. Ha, ha, ha. I've got the most. Let's see if we can put him to shame. Share us out there, guys. Let's see if we can beat him. We will. One day, Producer Richard, I will. We've got 36 shares so far. God bless those 36 that have done so. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Who else we got with us, Bib?
So we've got a Jilly Bean Howley. Hello, lovelies. And again, lots of nice multicoloured love hearts.
We've got Tina Ann Walker. Hi there, Tina. She's watching via Facebook. Thank you for joining, my lovely.
Oh, we've got the lovely Sarah Jane, SJ. So hello, Sarah, with lots of love hearts. Watching on Facebook. Welcome.
Welcome, Sarah. Thank you for being here and holding space, my lovely. I can feel my energies starting to build up again. I don't know about you, Bib. Okay. Do you wanna open up on this next vibration?
Yeah, right. I literally cannot get that song away. So like I'm gonna try and like go with that. Like I am the one and only.
Okay.
Just keeps coming in really strong for someone.
Okay.
So
Producer Richard singing it in our ear, guys. If you're wondering why we're laughing.
Okay, so what I'm vibing with this person is, hang on, just bear with me a second. So I am the one and only. So that is obviously linked to someone who listens to that song or has a memory of that song who is still living. So this spirit that is coming through, I want to say, is a young lad coming through, and he is almost kind of showing himself of when he passed, which was he was young, but I'm sort of seeing it as he's been passed a while now. I want to say roughly around 30 years. So I feel like this is for a woman who is watching right now. And it was one of her friends, okay? It was one of her friends who she was very good friends with. And they would go out about town and they would be like, I am the one and only. And he's trying to come through and present himself to sort of say that he wants this person to be like that again, because they've lost it slightly and they just need some guidance and some help with this. He is showing himself as a young lad. So obviously we are talking, I said, roughly 30 years. So add 30 years on. And now I'm getting a name, Sean. So if Sean resonates with anyone, let me know. And I'm just, oh God, I have to say what's coming through. So I'm seeing, I'm seeing the color yellow, but I'm almost seeing like a cheesecloth kind of shirt. So he's wearing like a cheesecloth kind of checkered yellow and like sort of navy blue shirt, and everyone took the mick out of him for it. And he, again, his attitude was, you know, he didn't care. He was very much the type of person who just loved it, just loved the attention. So therefore he would just wear whatever he wanted. And he was all about fun, okay? And he was all about like energy and just running around, like being like a just a fun person. So we've got my Lisa, my husband's password was the one and only, but passed 2 years back. So are you picking up anything, Bill, from there?
From what I'm getting with regards to the character of this individual, I've got a very asserted persona. I've got a very confident persona within. I feel as though the 1990s, that song must tie into or relate to, because I do feel as though I want to go back to the 1990s as familiarity with regards to connecting to the individual. So I'm not saying for 1 minute that I feel I passed within the 90s, but that is certainly of significance with regards to the recipient here this evening. Jessica McDonald saying, I know that song and a friend died and told me it for me. Okay, bless you, Jessica. So, and Julie Bean saying, I can take that. I have a brother, Sean, as well. Wonderful. So we've got 3 people that are coming in on the vibration of this link so far. I do feel as though I want to have a darker head of hair with this gentleman. I have to be honest, as he starts to just give me a little bit more understanding about himself. I don't want to be on the large side of life with him. He fits very, very neatly into my frame. So he's not built like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you would understand. He just fits into my frame. He's very slimmed and he's very narrowed down. But do you know what? There is this very defined, almost like chiseled look with him. Okay, I feel I've got very defined chiseled features going on in this gentleman's face here as well. And I also feel as though I need to acknowledge that my passing was quite sudden. I don't want to say that there was a build-up to my passing. He doesn't give me an understanding of that. Now, Julie Bean saying 23 years he passed. He was 11 years of age. Thank you for sharing that with us so publicly, Julie Bean. That's very kind. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Hello. Hello. Oh, technical glitch. Beg your pardon. So that's where I feel that I'm sitting at this moment in time there, Bib, with regards to information. I don't know if you're getting anything else with him.
Yeah, no, I got the same sort of physical structure and sort of that like quite chiseled look, a bit gruffy. Like, so when I say gruffy, I mean hair, not loads of hair, but hair. Again, like I just keep saying that he was a guy who very much I want to say he was quite fit, like physically fit, but not like really like what you said, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But again, I think may have had like he had a confidence about him which made him very attractive. So going back to the 1990s, yes, I feel like that was a significant time, but it wasn't when he passed. So that's what I was being told as well. I am being drawn to who was it? The lady, I don't know, a friend who passed in 1990. Again, it's the song, okay? So it's. Are you picking up anything about, like we obviously said about the song? I feel so Jilly Bean. I feel like this was a man. Okay, and he passed when he was a man. So.
We've had another recipient that stepped forward that I feel as though I'm being drawn and pulled to. A lady who put up that she could connect to the name of Sean, I think twice in the logistics of the family tree there. So, Richard, if you could maybe have a look and see if you could find that comment, please. Catherine Angel saying, maybe my brother passed in 1987. Sean is my uncle, black, curly, long hair, and also slim. Right, let's narrow this down then, Bib. Let's see where else it is that I can go with the information that he's just passing. Now, and it was Julie McCafferty, who has a brother and a nephew called Sean, and a friend who passed in 1990 as well. That song, the way that I feel that I just want to relate to it and continue to move forward with the vein of the message there, Bib, is there is this song that brings forward an assertion for the recipient, because at this moment in time, I feel as though I just want to connect that song to them to give them somewhat of hope and inspiration with regards to focus and direction of moving forward in life, because I'm just seeing hurdles being placed in front of my line of sight as I'm starting to deliver this information. So I know that we've had a few issues, and again, it's a public platform. We won't go in depth or in too deep with regards to sharing that information too publicly, but we've had to jump over a few hurdles, you would understand, in order to have this focus and this directive to move forward now within our life. And it's about time too, I'm being told, and I'm hearing within the back of my mind with this gentleman as he connects to me. So I know that he would have, although he would have only touched the earth for a very short space of time within his young life, I know that he still very much walks beside you at all times, not only just as a pillar of strength, but also as a guidance within your life. So you must be spiritually minded and connect to this gentleman spiritually as well. He's given me an understanding of. Catherine, I am down and lost confidence. Had a lot to overcome and getting there now. Perfect. Okay, Catherine. And you would also understand, thank you, Jilly, for you're saying he passed in 92. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Jilly. Take from the message what you can, my darling. But I do feel that this message is slightly moving over towards our lovely Catherine at this moment in time there. So we're going to continue to move with the vein of this message for Catherine, if we may. Now, Catherine, you would understand about you being very open spiritually and being very conscious about this gentleman being with you, standing beside you and being by your side at all times. So I want to say, as I connect with him, Bib, that I feel as though he would be a spirit guide communicator for Catherine, helping her on her journey, her spiritual conscious journey. And that's what I'm getting from him at this moment in time as he just works that little bit harder. What else is going on in your mind? Because I can see you've got things going on.
Yeah, so obviously I said, for anyone who's joined, I said that I pick up and I get quite physical sensations. So I just feel very down, and then in my stomach, a lot of nervousness. And as you were talking, and then you then started talking about guiding, and then also the hurdles and stuff like that. So I was then sort of, as that was being spoken about, the stomach lifted then, but the stomach was a representation of how the person who he's trying to connect with feels, okay? And then the sadness, okay? So the sadness is linked to that person as well. So, but actually, it's almost like he's got this energy where he's very assertive, he's very fun, and he's very, you know, happy and energetic. However, he can be serious at the same time as well. And he's now showcased himself, but he's presenting those feelings to me to say that he understands and to say that he is there with you every step of the way. And actually, it's just that there needs to be some sort of trust, and like what you said, actually use him as a platform to be able to heal and reconnect to oneself, for yourself, like in this sort of earth plane, whilst you're like a living being, you know, you want to be happy. So actually use his energy. He's giving you his energy to pull down. And I'm just seeing this beautiful, like, sort of silhouette of him in this beautiful, like, sunshine light. And he's almost like this with the light, with his arms spread, and then pulling that energy down into his body and then directly into you. He's saying that it is still a little bit of a journey for you, and that you want to be okay, like right now, but actually that's okay. He's saying it's okay to not be okay, if that makes sense, and that actually he is there with you, okay? And that he's also saying that actually in the physical world, there is a lot of people around you at the moment who actually will be able to help you as well. And he just wants you to know, to almost trust. He's just saying trust and faith in the universe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Trust that process. And you know what, Bib, you said earlier on, and it's really ironic that you said that, because he's just feeding just a little bit more to me here. You picked up with regards to a yellow shirt, okay? For me, when I work with colour mediumistically, yellow for me is all about just wrapping up that recipient with a lot of upliftment, okay? It's an uplifting colour for me. But Catherine, his parting words as he starts to draw his energies away from me, and his parting gift for you as well, my darling, is all about colour and energy. You must be working on energies and the understanding of those energies from the colours that are being emitted into your line of sight through your third eye. So it means nothing to me in that context, but that's the way that he placed it with me. It's not my message, it's yours. So I hope that you can understand what it is that he's brought forward for you here this evening, my darling. I'm going to say God bless you. Thank you so much for giving Bib and I the opportunity of working with you. And we're going to send him back off up to the angels. God bless. How lovely was that, Bib?
Yeah.
Hey, absolutely. So, guys, we're going to be back in a few seconds, but we're just going to go into an ad break so that we can let you know what's coming up on the channel tomorrow. So see you in about 30 seconds or so.
Join Sam O'Neill tomorrow from 1 p.m. for an afternoon of spiritual guidance and free rune readings. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, Ashley Robinson joins us for an evening of philosophy while answering your spiritual questions.
So that's what we've got coming up on the channel tomorrow, guys. So please do tune in. Come along and see our lovely Sam and Ashley with their shows. And you can find them same channel, same way via Facebook or YouTube. Catherine was just giving a little bit of feedback, Bib, just saying, yes, he has a serious side when needed as well. So Catherine is also saying, thank you so much for a lovely message. You are so very welcome, my darling. Thank you so much for working with us. We very much appreciate it. Okay, Bib, I'm going to start working on a bit more information and understanding with this lady who's just starting to step forward with me at this moment in time, okay? I am being drawn. Welcome, Susie Pico. Hello, first timer from Canada. Very welcome, and we appreciate your time. God bless you. I am picking up with this lady. First thing she wants to do is make me very conscious of being taken into my chest area, but there was a cancerous condition that wouldn't have sat in a particularly nice place for ladies, you would understand. And I'm just being very cautious with the way that I present that. Okay. I'm getting that metallic taste within my mouth. So I am understanding that, you know, treatment was used to battle against this. Okay. With her, the first thing that she does with me, she just takes me into her mindset, and she takes me into this ferociousness with regards to how she really controlled her mind when she was going through the process of battling cancer. Okay, she was very ferocious. She was not going to give up for anybody. She makes me understand. Okay, she would have had to have been a fighter all throughout her life, she says to me, from a very young child all the way to adulthood. And I do feel as though I want to say with her that I didn't make old bones as well. So again, we're connecting with a slightly younger vibration here. I want to say that I want to be placed around my late 30s, my early 40s with this lady. Very slim as she starts to present herself. She shows me blonde hair as well. Okay, so I know I've got blonde hair, and I feel as though it's just draping over my shoulders at this moment in time. I want it to be straight, you would understand, but that's because I used to have to work hard at putting the ironing tongs through my hair. She's making me understand as well. So there would have been a natural kink to this lady's hair, but she liked it straight, you would understand. Julie's saying absolutely. Okay, Julie, give us more feedback if you understand this link, my lovely. You would also understand that May sits particularly well. Dominic Smith, Bill, that's my nan, breast cancer. It spread very strong, lady. I do feel as though I'm working on a younger vibration here, Dominique. I have to be honest with you, my darling, okay? I don't feel as though I'm going into a grandmother link vibration. I feel as though I want to work with somebody who was very much like a sister to me, or we were friends who were very much like a sisterly bond. Millie, you're saying my nan had breast cancer, died at 47. She was such a strong woman. Okay. You would understand about her hair being blonde as well, folks. You would understand about the ironing rods or the ironing tongs, whatever they're called, straighteners going through it, because there was a natural curl to her. You would understand as well that I've got this slim physique that this lady just presents with me. I want to stand around about 5'6" with her as she starts to give me a little bit more information. Okay, and also, Bill, that's my name. Breast cancer spread very quickly, strongly. She died in 30s, 36, blonde hair. Bless you, Dominic. Okay, forgive me. All right. This is defo my name, kink in the hair, used to iron. My granddad died also. Okay, bear with us then. Let us just see if we can just work and just narrow this information down just a little bit more there for you, because I have to say that there were two other people that placed comments up, and I didn't feel as though I was with you. I have to be honest, Dominic, but take from this message what you can. Lisa Davis, you can take this as well. Okay, let me get a little bit more information as well. Can you also understand as well, please? I feel as though I need to acknowledge a little girl on the earth plane that was left behind by this lady, who connects to this lady as her daughter, who's really going through somewhat of a troublesome time at this moment in life. Now, I almost get a great understanding that there's some type of break, or there's some type of issue with regards to there being a break in education. Now, whether this connects to you or indeed to she, please let me know. Millie B, she has blonde hair but never straightened it. I don't think it's for me. Thank you. Thank you for coming forward though, Millie B. God bless you. What are you picking up on there, Bib, as well, my lovely?
So, obviously, like I said, I pick up energy and physical, extreme tiredness, extreme fatigue, almost to the point where it's like that, can't yawning, almost trying to get more and more sort of a breath. Also, like quite an itchy face as well, and like a numb nose. So I was getting same blonde woman, around 5'7", in height, and yeah, again, like straight hair, again, really quite slim as well. She almost presents herself as taller, and I had to go and ask the question again because I thought that she was quite tall, but it's because she did stand up very well. So she presented herself very well. Now, there was some anxiety. She was a very, very strong lady, but there was some anxiety there. And I think that's where the itchiness is coming on. So I'm kind of being presented with almost like maybe rough skin, where it had, by the time it was sort of passing time, the skin was starting to flake and things like that, because obviously she was just not very well at all. Going into the present day, yeah, I feel like there's, for the person who this message is for, there is a message for a young boy around them who is living. Okay, so the boy is living, and that there's a concern there around this young boy, and he needs some guidance from this person. So I do feel again like that this was a friend of someone's rather than like a grandmother. And she did pass like young. So yes, you could be a grandmother now because that person would have been very young at the time. But I feel like actually this was more on a friend basis for this person. So we've just got Diane Burston. My daughter's friend died of blood cancer, early 40s, blonde, wavy hair. Daughter were friends through university. My daughter has big problems with anxiety, will not school.
Yeah, that feels.
I do feel like it was around 40, like early 40, rather than under 40.
Okay, so that's fine. I mean, I as I said, I went to the back end of 30s into the early 40s, so that's great. Okay, and Diane's saying the daughter's friend died of blood cancer, early 40s, blonde, wavy hair. Her daughter was friends all the way throughout university. Her daughter also has big problems with her daughter's anxiety and will not go to school. I think she has skin problems as well. There's also a relevance that this lady just wants to place within my mouth, and she's, you know, the cold rice pudding pots where you've got like the flavour. Don't you like them, Bib?
I get taste.
I don't want to make you sick.
And I hate rice pudding.
Apple flavoured one as well.
Sorry.
But she's just placing that with me again, just as a bit of information, just to tie in and just to connect with our recipient here this evening. But yes, there's definitely this acknowledgement that I needed to make with regards to this youngster, with regards to there being a break in education, and for whatever reason that is, they're not wanting to kind of like go back to school. So that would validate what it was that I feel I was picking up on. Now, the purpose of this lady just making this communication here is very simple, because I just want to say that she still comes in. She makes me conscious. I still come in to watch over at night. So I know that I'm just coming in. I'm surrounding myself, not only around the babe that I left behind, and I feel as though I want to make reference as babe that I left behind, but I come in to watch over everybody at night time. So there must be some type of scenario again that our recipient will connect to with regards to knowing and understanding somebody's just with us, watching over us at the night time there, feeling that energy, that vibration, that link, that pull, that connection. That's where I feel that for me, I've gone as far as I can within the message. So maybe I'll hand over to you, Bib, just to close the message down before we send her back off up to the angels there.
With the itchiness, I was getting that it is like a live present thing for someone on this earth plane at the moment. So I feel like, God, I'm really itchy. And then like with the rice pudding and the apple. Sorry, I apologise for that, but I do get taste, and I actually hate rice pudding, and I hate apple even more. Yeah, that was almost like a sort of a mark to sort of say, look, I am here. So I just want to give over that with the problems within the school and the sort of anxiety that was felt. It's about de-stressing like as much as you can and being in a calm environment. I'm getting in very strong that this young person needs to have a calm environment around them, and the eczema then will like sort of start to reduce, because I feel like the eczema is really, really upsetting for these people. So the guidance is with the calming, it's one, I'm just getting in really strong that the water intake needs to be taken a lot more seriously, and also I just keep seeing blueberries, and I obviously just have to say what comes up. So blueberries, and incorporating that into the sort of the lunchtime meals and things like that, and having as many blueberries as you can have, and it will start sort of detoxifying and getting that out. And I feel like just the calm. So when I say the calm, I mean, again, going back to visualization, she wants to give you visualization to sort of say, like, look, actually stay calm, be calm, de-stress as much as you can, do things that are going to de-stress you, because whenever you're stressed, it heightens physical symptoms, and it heightens anxiety. And breathe. And she's almost sort of saying there's actually nothing to worry about. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there.
Absolutely. So we're replacing the rice pudding with apple with blueberries. I think a cookie would be better. What do you think, producer Richard? Absolutely. So guys, please do take from that message what it is that you can, because I know that there were a few of you that could relate to pieces, if not all of the information that it was that we were sharing. So take from that message what you can, take it with the love, the sincerity that this lady brought forward, and we will say God bless you all. Thank you so much for giving us, again, opportunity of working with one another. Now, as quick as we started this evening's show, we come to an end.
Wow.
Bib, it's been lovely working with you. Let's do a few more acknowledgements just before we say our final goodbyes. So we've got lovely Simon Davis, who's placing up love hearts. Thank you for being here, Simon. God bless you.
Thank you. Got Caroline Price Owen with lots of love hearts. Thank you for being here and supporting.
Absolutely. Sandra McCann is also placing up lots of love hearts. We've been really lucky tonight. All these love hearts that people have been sharing us.
Look like Skittles, and coloured Skittles. And we've got Antoinette with lots of love hearts and blue and red. Just want to say that on colours, so we were talking about colours earlier, yellow obviously is a really warming colour, and it represents bringing in like a vitamin D from like the sunshine. So it's almost like your spiritual vitamin D. So for anybody who like, you know, is sort of struggling and stuff like that, colours, when they're presented to you, are really important. So if you start seeing a colour, go with it. So even in your love hearts that you're giving us, look at the colours you're giving. So blue represents communication. Okay, the darker blue is communication. So it's quite funny, because when you start thinking about it, you're like, oh, I'm trying to communicate to you, you know. Red is obviously from the heart. It's true love. So love, like when you put red, it almost replaces where there's been a lack of love. So guys, really think about like the colours that you're seeing. And if someone does present to you a colour, or you're suddenly finding yourself drawn to it, go and maybe have a Google at the meanings of it, and then see what you can take from that as well.
How very insightful and very interesting as well there, Bib. Thank you for sharing that. We've also got Angela Clayton, who's just popping more hearts up, along with Carl Brent. Thank you for being here, guys.
We've got Jerry. Hello, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you too.
Bless you there, Jerry. Thank you for holding space. And also Alison Roberts. So, Bib, just one more time before we sign off here this evening. Again, do let everybody know where it is that they can find you on Facebook, my lovely.
So you can find me at the Crystal Empress. If you just put a little at in the search bar and then put the Crystal Empress, you will be able to find me. It's a blue lagoon, all watery based, and you will be able to find me on there, where I obviously do readings. I sell crystals and give over a lot of knowledge on energy and all things wonderful, basically.
And Ashley's just popping a comment up there saying, I've been using yellow hearts, which I don't normally. So there you go. See, you've opened up a topic of thought here for people moving forward, which is absolutely brilliant. So a gift has been left with each and every one of you who've joined the show here this evening. So take that away with you tonight and do a little bit of research, as Bib says, and find out what colour it is that connects to you and see if it relates to what's going on in your life at this present moment in time. But we have come to the end. I am conscious, and I've got producer Richard whispering in my ear saying it's time to call it now, Bill. So I'm going to say to each and every single one of you that have joined the show this evening, that have shared the show out, thank you so much. For all of you that have held space, God bless you. I'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Bib, once again, it's been lovely to work with you. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. And until we all meet again, may the love and light of spirit be with each and every one of you. Good night, everybody. God bless. Take care. See you soon.
Good night.